How do you act when an opportunity is presented to you? Do you reach out and grab it, and do you run with it, or do you shy away from it? I think these are really important questions. This afternoon, my son, he's 10, and his friend called and he asked if my son could go to a baseball game with him locally here. It's a huge thing for our town. Everyone loves to go to these baseball games, and tickets are limited. And my son had the opportunity to go. And we've gone in the past, and I asked him if he remembered, but he didn't remember us going. And he said, "I don't know if I want to go. I'll get back with you." And he hung up with his friend. And I did not understand, because if somebody says, "Hey, do you want to go eat like this amazing hot dog and laugh and play and have a good time with millions of people in this huge crowd?" Why would he say no? It didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand it. And as I started to watch him and I started to question why he was doing things, I realized that there are different reasons why we say, I don't know. But one of the biggest reasons is fear of how things will turn out on the other end, how people will accept us if we take the opportunity that's presented to us. You see, in my family, we don't watch sports. We don't actually watch much television at all. I'm okay with that. I'm sure everybody else in my family thinks we should watch much more television than I allow, but I'm okay with the short amount that we do watch. But we don't watch sports. So we don't put our time into football or baseball or basketball or anything like that. We don't shun away from it. We don't say anything negative about the people that do watch it, but it's not something that we invest our time into. And in watching my son, I realized that he didn't want to go with his friend. He was willing to give up the opportunity of going with his friend out of fear that he wouldn't be accepted by our family, namely my husband, if he went. So I asked him, I said, "Would you please go and talk to your dad about it? Because I guarantee you, if you talk to your dad will be thrilled that you have the opportunity to go." And he did. He went into the office and he talked to him and he said, "Dad, what do you think about this?" And he said, "Well, what do you think? Do you think you're going to have fun? I think it's going to be a really good time." Just because we don't watch baseball and we don't know all the different stats about all the different players doesn't mean that it's not going to be a great time to go and watch the game. And my son was still a little bit hesitant. But then when my husband said, "Hey, bud, we're still going to have a great time when you come home tonight. We're still going to cuddle. We're still going to do bedtime. We're still going to read our books. Everything's going to be good." All of a sudden, my son had that reassurance that he felt he needed to move on, to be able to dive in and go have this great time with his friends. But when opportunities come up, what are the reasons why we don't reach out and take them? What are the things that stop us? And if we can notice that, then we can work through them and we can rationalize them. The cognitive part of your brain that makes wonderful decisions isn't developed until you're about 26 years old. So it's fantastic to be able to see a child do this. But once we are 26 or older, we have all that reasoning inside of us. And we can reach in and we can start to analyze things and really make the best decisions. And when opportunities arise, seize them and make magic happen with them.